Hi drummers, hope you're well. This is a video about going faster with your grooves and your fills. So how do we build speed? This is one of the questions I get asked the most in the sessions here at my studio, but also on YouTube. How do I get faster with my grooves and fills? I've moved on to the new grade and it's this tune's a bit quicker. I want to play this particular song, a Green Day song or whatever, and it's fast. How do I get to that speed? Well, this video is going to take you through what I would do, what we would do in a session here, or what I do in my own practice session to build some speed and to work on that. When drummers talk about this, they often give the answers in terms of technique stuff. So let's talk about this real quick before we get into it. The most important thing of all is stay loose. Sometimes, or a lot of the time, drummers, including me when I was younger, I'm still a bit me now, when you try and go faster, say that these are your eighth notes, right, on a groove, on the hi-hat, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. This comes from a very laudable place. As they get faster, they simply try harder, and that can result in tension coming in. This is definitely an easier said than done thing, but the secret is to stay loose. A loose muscle is a fast muscle. If you can stay loose, you've got the best possible chance of going quick. Easier said than done, but a really important point. The second thing is to rebound the stick off the drum. Now here I'm not talking about a bounce double per se or anything like that, but that basic concept of throwing the stick down and having it rebound off the drum head like you're bouncing a basketball or a tennis ball. What drummers do sometimes is they sort of press down into the drum and lift it off, and that lifting is a load of effort you don't need to put in because sticks bounce, or tips of sticks bounce. So throw that stick down, have it bounce. Couple of techniques that we often talk about, I've got videos about these, are the Moeller style technique. So again, say you're playing eighth notes on a hi-hat, you'd emphasize on the quarter note 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's quite a cool technique to use if you're playing a straight eighths type of groove or 16ths or something. I've got a video about that which I'll link to in the description, and also people talk about finger control. I've got videos about this as well. The idea of using your fingers underneath the stick to really help out move a stick along, as opposed to or as well as using your wrist. All of those things are really good, but none of those things are a substitute for actually doing it. You've got to train, right? And lots of drummers just don't do this. I mean, I think especially with the sort of YouTube thing, which is, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely amazing. Of course, it's an unbelievable resource, and I think it's unimaginable that something this awesome would exist. Like when I was a kid, I mean, the whole principle of this channel is I'm basically trying to make the thing that I would have wanted when I was about 13, 14 years old, honestly. So I just think it's amazing, obviously, but the thing with it is, I think drummers can get so easily stuck in this sort of world of talking about techniques and watching videos that they actually forget that there is only one way that's going to help you improve. Surely the knowledge is good, but then you need to get to your kit and play. So what we're going to do here is exactly what we do in a session to build some speed. And there's no way around this. You have to do this if you want to build speed. So we're going to do it with the metronome here, which is a nice organised way of doing it. You could do this with whatever the thing is you're trying to increase the speed of, right? So single strokes, double strokes. I'm going to do it here with a basic groove and fill, the most basic thing imaginable. But bear in mind, this could be worked on with anything. So say that there's a particular song that you're working on, take the groove, take a typical drum fill and do this, just loop it. Things like 4-bar loops are ideal for this. What we're going to do is I'm going to play for a minute at a variety of speeds, right? I'm going to start at 60 beats per minute. I'm going to play this basic straight eighths pattern. And this drum fill. And we're going to crash back into the groove again. So it's a grade 0, grade 1 thing, man. Rocket science. It's not about what we're playing here. It's about building that speed, man. As we get faster and faster and faster, we're looking to stay loose. And really what we're doing here is we increase speed with the metronome. We're looking to find that point where the speed where you can just about play the thing, but it's a little bit of a stretch. You can do it, but it's a challenge. That is the improvement zone. And that is where you need to live if you want to build your speed. If you're serious about getting faster at playing your grooves or whatever, that's where you need to live. Right, here it comes. I'm going to do a minute of each. This could be a long video, couldn't it? We'll see how we go. So 3 and 4 and 60 beats per minute. And drum fill, here we go. So 3 bars of groove, that was once, that was twice, and here comes the drum fill. That was 60 beats per minute. Hopefully that wasn't too much of a speed challenge. In fact, the challenge there might be just staying in time with a click. Here we go now at 70. 2, 3, another minute. 4, and... The idea. Here it comes at 80, 2 and 3 and 4 and... So, for most guys, depends where you're at. I would have thought we're not really challenging ourselves speed-wise yet, but you never know, could be. So here we go, a bit faster now. We're going 10 at a time, 10 beats per minute at a time, 90 BPM. Here we go, 3 and 4 and... That was 90 beats per minute. It's really a video this, isn't it? Man playing the same groove and feel over and over. But this is the stuff, man. This is the stuff. Here it comes. 2, 3, 4. 100 BPM. Cool, 110 beats per minute. Here it comes, 3, 4. 110. Here comes 120. It's good, isn't it? So feel free, if you don't have a metronome or you find this easy, you could, in theory, play along with this video, I guess. That might work. Here we go. 3, 4. 120. 130 beats per minute. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still with us, 140 beats per minute. 2, 3, 4. Okay, keep going, man. 150. Remember, what we're doing is we're looking for that zone where we can just about do it, but we're starting to feel a bit stretched. When we just start to feel that tension coming in, we know we're in that improvement zone. That's what we're looking for here. There's loads of benefit to practicing slower than full speed, or your current full speed, of course. But like, you know, for timing and groove and feel, all that kind of stuff. But specifically for speed building, we're looking for that improvement zone, man, where that tension just starts to creep in, where it just starts getting tricky. Here we go at 150. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, 160 BPM. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, I'm going to try 170. Now remember that age-old top tip of record yourself, man. Brilliant way to assess how it's all going. If you've got a electronic kit, it's easier than ever these days. If you've got like a Roland, like the brain I've got is a TD11, you could just do quick record. You can listen to the click and your drumming and see if it's all matching. If not, just do it, you know, like this, man. I'm just recording this on my phone with the click out loud. Assess the groove. 170 BPM. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 170, this is 180 BPM, 2, 3, 4. See if I can get to 200, that'd be cool for this video. Remember, a really important point. People often say, I'm struggling. They get to a certain point and they say, I'm struggling with that speed. If you're getting to a speed and it starts, again, you start to feel tense and it's a challenge, that's not struggling. That's what improving feels like. You've got to understand that, because the thing I've noticed doing this job actually is there's a large number of people, man, in this world who just don't get that concept. Like, that's what improving at something feels like. It feels like a struggle. It feels like a challenge. That means you're doing it right, okay? So obviously if you're going way too fast and it's not, you're nowhere near, you're not even in the ballpark of playing it accurately, then that's too fast, and yes, you're struggling there, which is fine, but just means you need to go slower. But if you're at that point, it's a bit of a challenge, you can just about do it. That's what improving at something feels like. I cannot stress that enough. Right, 190, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. My improvement zone. I'm a bit tired now. Right, 200. Here we go. Just for fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, go, man. A bit tired out from all that. So yeah, my improvement zone. I'll sit on that for about 180, 190 for a bit till it's super clean. I push it up from there. And that's what you do, man. If anyone who comes for these sessions, they'll know that my little cliche that I trot out is head, heart, and hands, man. The three things you need to develop and work on to be a good drummer or a good musician, or to do a lot of things in life, honestly. Your head is your music theory. You need to know what's going on in music. That helps no end. Your heart, and of course, that's massive. All musicians need a great heart. They need to feel the music. It's all about groove. It's all about timing. It's about the emotional stuff in music. This is the reason we do it all. Music is emotional communication. So those two things, your head and your heart, massively important. But your hands are just non-negotiable. Your hands, you have to work on this stuff and build the facility into your hands and your feet. Your physical skill is what I mean by hands, to to play the stuff that you need to play. And if you've done some practice like this, I'm not saying this is the only way to practice this, but this is one brilliant way to target those physical skills. You'll be in business. I'm going to go for a lie down. Thanks so much. Any questions, give us a shout. See you soon. Thanks a million.